Hello everyone, welcome again to our video lecture, and we're going to discuss the goals of psychology as we're already done with the scopes and its limits. So if the psychology as a study has its scope and limit, it has also a goal. So once again, I'm Mr. Philip Sintin Solitario. I am your course instructor for this course, and we're going to discuss the goals of psychology. So for its goals, we have here to describe, to understand or explain, and predict, and also influence or change. So first, describe. It is the first goal of psychology and is to describe the behavior. So describing the behavior aims to answer the question, what happened? Yes, what happened? Psychological researchers utilize different research methods to describe behavior, and these are naturalistic observation, correlational studies, and case studies. So we have to describe, we have to provide scientific description of what happened to a certain situation. And the next one, after we describe it, we have to understand or explain. Psychology also look into the answer to the question, why? After we ask what happened, we have to ask why. Anong nangyari? And bakit? It is interested into answering or explaining why the certain behavior occurred or happened. So this is how the psychological theories formed and were developed in order to explain and to understand the concepts why a person has a tendency to do what is being described in the behavior. In psychology, a theory is used as a model for understanding thoughts, emotions, and behavior of an organism. So after you answer the question why, we tend to predict. After detailed description and explanation, psychology can now attempt to predict logically the occurrence of certain behavior. And being able to predict a behavior is an indication that a psychologist is keen with his or her observations and fully understood the factors behind the behavior. Predicting a behavior attempts to identify how will that behavior manifest again in the future. If during the explanation and understanding of the behavior, psychological theories arise, in predicting, there comes the abnormal psychology and how we predict how the behavior will manifest again in the future. So we describe, we understand and explain, and we predict the occurrence or the next occurrence of the behavior. And the last one, we tend to influence or change. Siyempre, of course, after the describing certain situation or happening, we try to understand and explain the certain behavior, and we seek to answer why it happened and how will it happen again as we predict. And now it is the part of us to influence or change. On the importance of predicting behavior, the word intervention was mentioned. And we have to intervene, and that's our duty as psychology professionals in the future. And psychology aims to influence and change behavior for the better. Counseling and psychotherapeutic interventions are some of the keys to intervention and treatment. Again, let's go back from the very beginning. The goal of psychology is to describe, to understand or explain, to predict, to influence or change, and that's the end of this goal of the psychology as a study and as a science. Thank you everyone for listening. It was a long journey for this week 2 video lecture discussion. I hope you have learned something. Please do read the reading materials provided in our Blackboard. Good day and God bless you all. See you next week.